If you have already been to popular romantic cities, I advise you to watch this video and book tickets for your next trip. Welcome to Annecy. This is a small city in the east of France. With population about 130,000 people, you can walk around the city center for hours, despite the fact that you can get around for about 40 minutes in case if you don't stop for photos and view admiration. But believe me, you don't want to do this. I advise you to plan your trip for the warm season, although I was here at the beginning of March, and despite the fact that it was a little cold, I don't regret it one bit. The pearl of the city is Lake Annecy, crystal clear water, unobstructed waterfront, and breathtaking views. Next to the embankment there is a park where both locals and tourists stroll from morning to evening. I didn't see many people during my trip, but they say that Annecy is famous for its festivals. I advise you to check the schedule on Google if you would like to attend. And most importantly, the city has many good accommodation offers. You can stay either in the city center or a little further. This will not affect the views in any way. We stayed in this castle, the Imperial Palace. The hotel is not the newest. It first opened its doors in 1913, which is more than 110 years ago. But the hotel is constantly renovating, and you can check out my review on my channel. For many people, Germany seems like a cool and great country, and I didn't expect to see such a calm and fabulous Swiss button. Almost 280,000 people live here, and it's the second largest city in this area after Frankfurt. However, I only had half a day, so I only managed to walk around the palace square of this resort town, but it still left an incredible impression. The beauty of the buildings, the history under your feet, and some kind of magic in the air. I advise you to spend 1 to 2 days in the city and be sure to sense this fairy tale. The next must-see city is Montreal in Switzerland. Only 25,000 people live here, and for sure, for you it will not seem like a city, but rather a village. But Montreal is worth your attention. The city is located in western Switzerland in the French-speaking canton, and the canton is a kind of region in the country. Here your attention will be focused on Lake Geneva, but besides the stunning promenade, I advise you to stroll along the 2 main streets and climb higher to the very expensive and somewhat prestigious hotel universities. Why prestigious? Well, just look where they are and what they look like. There are no famous hotels in Montreal, but there are places to stay. For example, this is the hotel where Nabokov used to live for 16 years. In front of the hotel there is a small square where you can find a monument in his honor. Many famous personalities like to stay in the city, such as Charlie Chaplin, Coco Chanel, and Freddie Mercury. The city of Lugano is located in one of the Italian-speaking cantons of Switzerland. It is slightly larger than Montreal, about 70,000 people live here. But it also has its own lake, Lugano. I was impressed by the views. You can also admire this lake from all sides, but the city also attracts with its architecture, neat streets, and history. Unfortunately, we had limited time in Lugano, but I'll definitely come back here and advise you to spend about 2 days in here. Because you want to look at the city from every possible angle. Although the city is located at an altitude of 270 meters above sea level, you can rise much higher. This is the road we took to get to the parking lot, and from there we walked up a seemingly endless number of steps to the restaurant, which was temporarily not open at the time of our trip. This is what we saw from a bird's eye view. We were in a hurry to Lauterbrunnen, a commune of 3,000 people. Why this commune on my list of romantic cities in Europe? Because the road here alone doesn't give you a break from the beauty and splendor of Switzerland, its mountains and hills. There are only a few hotels in this commune, but they are all well maintained and ready to welcome tourists and guests. You can come here all year round, ski in winter, and walk from waterfall to waterfall in summer. And here there are as many as 72 of these waterfalls. So there is something to do. If you're not very impressed with the winter landscape, do not rush to cross out the city, because this is what this area looks like in the summer. Eye-catching. By the way, inspired by these landscapes, Tolkien created the fabulous Valley of the Elves. 5 cities, Annecy, Wiesbaden, Montreal, Lugano, and Lauterbrunnen, are ideal for an unconventional trip for a couple. But not only. Go with your friends, family, or by yourself. You will have a great time.